Hi, today I will continue with a follow-up to my two earlier videos about how to create a model of your target customer and how to decide what to create for that customer. And today we will go into actually creating our art and upload it to RedBubble. We're going to start in Canva where we are going to create this art. So let's move over to my computer. So here we are in Canva. The first thing we're going to do is to create the color block pattern that we are going to use. So we're going to start with 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. And as I said, we're going to do color blocking. So we go to elements and we search for grid. See all. And I want to use 5 fields of color blocks in the background. This one, I click on it and it comes right into my 1,000 by 1,000. Now we're going to find colors. And what I do is I go to elements again and I start searching for color. We say red. Usually you have a better chance of finding this in photos. So I want red in that part of my color block. So let's speed this up a little bit as I put colors in all these fields. So now I have the base for my color block, but I don't want it to be just rectangles. So let's go back and go into lines and shapes CO. I want, for example, to put a circle on top of this, and let's find another color. Maybe we should go orange and even darker orange than that. Maybe we should go there somewhere. I want an outline on this. So I click these 3 little lights up here, lines, and I think 10 is the right width because that's what I have in my grid. And if I want to change color of that, I just click up at top and click white. So let's resize and place that where I want it and add a trapezoid. Okay, this is the base for my color. Now I need to download this as a PNG. The reason I'm downloading this is that I want to use this as a fill image. Next, I'm going to start creating the layout for my t-shirt. So I start a new design in 4500 by 5400 pixels. The first thing I'm going to do is to upload file I just downloaded here. Next, I go back to elements and now I'm going to search for a frame. And here we see all. I want a frame, a circular frame that also have a white border around it. And here we have 2. One with a thicker border, but I prefer the thin one. I go in and change the color of it to white. I'm going to change the background here to dark so I can see. And let's position that in center and middle. Now we go back to my uploads. I take the image I just uploaded and drag it in here and make sure that I have room for text. Now we're going to add text. Add a heading, put it up in place where it should be. If you saw my earlier videos, you know that I'm going to use some old commercial slogans, but rewrite them so they are not identical because of trademark. In this case, I'm going to use Apple's Think Different. Think, and now I can resize this again, but I want to extend the letter spacing. I want to repeat these colors from my image in my letters here. So I just mark one letter at a time and click on the color I want it to be. So there we have it. Think. I am also going to add a little curve to it. And as you can see here, I can change the layout of the curve. That looks good. Now let's make sure it's centered and not middle, top. Now I'm going to go back to my black background here to really see if it stands out. I think this purple here for the H is a little dark for this case. So I'm going to change that color to maybe use the pink instead. There we go. Pink. Now I'm going to just duplicate this by clicking on the little plus here that says duplicate. I'm going to drag it down to the bottom. I'm going to go in and change my curve to curve the other way. And since I can't use differently, first of all, I'm going to use white color here and I'm going to use divergent. Make sure it's center and bottom. So now my first piece of art for this customer I'm thinking about is done. So let's just download it as a PNG, and I prefer to download as with the transparent background. This is a Canva Pro feature, and if you haven't tried Canva Pro, I have a link for a 30-day free trial in the description. So let's just download this. So now when we have done that, let's move over to RedBubble and put this art on a t-shirt. So here we are in RedBubble. I am logged into my account. So I click on my little avatar up here and click add new work. In this case, I'm not copying an existing work. I'm gonna upload a new work. We're opening this art that we just did. We're gonna call it Think Divergent. Play on an old slogan with a color blocking circle. And since this is just a show and tell, I am not too specific with my tags, but think. And let's quickly fill out some tags. So now we're gonna start editing. I just want t-shirts and other shirts. So we're gonna disable a lot of them. But let's go in here and look at, here we go. I choose the black and I'm going through all of these to make sure it looks fine on all of them and that they are on black. Quickly checking all of the shirts. I have to do the same with the second type of clothing, and I think I could even make it a little bigger there. The same thing once again. I don't want stickers or anything else, so I'm just going through here to make sure that nothing else is enabled. Okay, and then we just put what media, design and illustrations, digital art. Anyone can see it. It's not mature content, and I have the rights to this. And before I decide that I'm done with this, and then I look at all the things we have down here, if it looks all right. Sometimes I miss to take something off, but let's go through where it's all on dark shirts and it is only on shirts. So let's go to my portfolio. Here we have it, and if I click there and collections, I want to add this to my retro collection. So I click there and I say add. I hope this series have helped you starting your own creation on RedBubble. But next week, we are going to move to a new platform that I recently started using, and that is Zazzle.com. Zazzle is in many ways just like other print-on-demand sites, but it has a few very important and, for me, attractive differences. So if you are interested in learning about Zazzle.com, make sure you hit the subscribe button And don't forget to put that little bell on all videos so you get reminded when I upload next. Until then, bye!